as soon as next week.
You're listening to Silver Moments with Dr. Marsha Baltimore.
Good morning, everyone. You can call in and ask questions at 800-336-2225. And this is CRN Digital Talk Radio. I also wanted to tell you that I have a website, and on it you can see my books. I wrote 2 books since I retired from the Los Angeles Unified School District as a psychologist. One book is called The Making of a Mistress. It's a story about how women in America reacted to a certain intern in Washington, whose name will not be mentioned, but the women in the breadbasket said one thing about her, and the women in the coastal cities said another thing, and that's what my book is about, The Making of a Mistress. The second book is about the riot in Los Angeles in 1992, and I was in the riot because I was a psychologist at the corner of Washington and Normandy. There's a little clinic school there with wheelchairs, and experienced that riot firsthand. The book is about that, but it's humorful because the kids are full of fun. That's my life, and here we're going to have some more questions for our guest today. Her name is Annelle Travis, and she is a manager for Silverado care facilities in the home care division. Would you tell us what that means?
Well, Silverado Senior Living has 3 service lines. We have our communities, and we also have the at-home division, which I'm the administrator for, and we also have hospice, end of life. The at-home division is about providing care within the home environment. We provide one-on-one caregivers. We call them personal attendants, who will go to the home setting. You could be living in an assisted living, and we can provide some extra care, or we can go into your own personal home and provide care in the home so that you remain independent and have the needs met that you might have at that time. So we service all of the Los Angeles and Ventura counties.
Really?
Yes.
2 counties.
Yes.
That's a lot of people.
It's a big market for Los Angeles, but we also have at-home divisions in San Diego and Orange County, Houston, and Dallas. So, we've got 22 communities that provide assisted living for those with dementia only. But as a life care manager, when we do that assessment, we decide what is the appropriate placement, if placement is needed in an assisted living, or can they stay at home with some care to remain independent.
That's interesting. The fellow who put the picture of his wife on his desk, if he knows why he goes in one kind of facility, what would that be?
If he knows his wife, then I would suggest that he stays home.
There you go. Good answer.
With some help, if he needs some help, additional help.
Okay. So how do you reduce the client who forgot why he put the picture on the desk? How do you reduce his anxiety?
How do we reduce that? Well, we're going to provide a routine.
That's good.
A routine is so important.
And you do
people.
it in print, maybe, by hours or something like that?
Well, we develop a care plan.
The patient sees it?
Excuse me?
Is it visual to the patient?
Yes. We create what we call a client journal that goes into the home, and that will have a care plan in there that says exactly what that client needs, so that either family or a personal attendant knows exactly what to do.
And at what time of the day to do what thing?
Exactly.
And the person who's receiving the care then is comfortable with that because he sees it every day,
Right.
and he knows, well, in the next hour I'm going to do this, and this afternoon I'm going to do that, whatever, and he's comfortable or she's comfortable with
Right.
with
And
the
our
routine.
personal attendants are overseen by that professional, that licensed professional, whether it be an LVN or a
Yes.
mastered level social worker, who helps coach and train and redevelop that care plan as needed.
And
'cause
alert
as-
the patient to what's expected next hour or tomorrow. you know,
Exactly.
so-
Things change.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
they have to have, I think, answer me if I'm wrong, they have to have some predictability. to their day, the patients. I
Correct.
think.
And they have to have familiar faces.
And
people
a
they can
visual
trust.
clue, which is a
Yes.
calendar type thing with hours on it, I think.
Right. Well, not necessarily so, because they really sometimes don't have that concept of time. But,
really?
If you know that someone's coming every day, let's say for a minimum of 4 hours a day, then they know to expect somebody in the morning or in the afternoon.
There you go, right.
And then they know this is what we're going to do. We're going to help with a shower, or we're going to help with meals, or we're going to go out and do an activity,
That's right.
those kinds of things. So the routine is so
That's
important.
good. You have it organized. That's very
Right.
good.
Right.
So some people don't want to send the parents away. They want them to move closer to where the family home is, like a son who has 3 kids or something. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
And that's important, that the parents be available, especially if they can't drive and the son or the daughter has to do all the driving. So that's the next half hour. We'll talk about that. And right now I want to tell you are listening to Silver Moments on CRN Digital Talk Radio, and I am Dr. Marcia Baltimore.
Do you like inside stories about your favorite celebrities?